Hey guys, it's Beast, back with some more beastly content. So, today I wanted to cover gravity crystals farming. So I know the last one was a formulas and crystals farm. However, you're probably farming gravity crystals wrong if you are trying to just farm the crystals. Because as you can see here, I'm actually capped out on this for 16 more hours. I can't actually earn any more acquisition progress on this account anyway, so I'm actually going to be doing my gravity crystal farming on a alt account for a couple reasons. So first things first, remember this about the Starfall collection. So you can get a gravity absorber for free for the first 500 points that you get. So right here, gravity absorber and 2 gravity neutralizers just for completing this. So you want to be completing this stuff all the way up to the 3.5k point mark on all your alts if you have alts. Once you get your character's acquisition progress done, you need to go get on those alts. Once you do get to 3.5k, it's less important just because, you know, 3.5k really ain't that big of a deal. I don't really see any more absorbers besides the very first one. So once again, I'm going to be loading up alts, but I did want to cover you all the items you need as well as why you are actually farming your gravity crystals completely wrong. I almost bet on it. So if you are farming the loot crates for gravity crystals and mods, you're doing it wrong, guys. So first of all, this is pretty much from like one inversion cycle or like partial inversion cycles this morning. I have 21 of the gold crates and 34 of these. I usually get a good amount of these in the other one as well, but I don't see another one of the other ones here. And the way we actually do this with is pretty much just the gravity absorber. I'm going to show you the other items I use. I'm also going to tell you the other items that are very, very important. So there's the gravity net generator. So right here, this item right here costs 150 of these to make, but it's a day's lasting item, so it lasts for like 7 days or something. I still have it for days and days. This is exactly what you need. So as long as you stay airborne for 10 seconds, you gain 50% more gravity crystals before landing. So there's a reason why I'm telling you farming loot crates is wrong, because you have to land to farm the loot crates. And abrasives wise, let me go ahead and show you a little bit of a map here before we get back to the items. So just at this TP tower alone, all of these leaves here are all unstable abrasives, and they literally loop around this entire thing from here, this rift anchor, all the way, just following the road going out to the side, zoop, 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 zoop. You just fly through them. And like I said, all of those are going to be mid-air, so the gravity net neutralizer is going to be giving you double, or at least 50% more gravity crystals before landing, which once again, you're never going to land collecting abrasives. So there you go. There is what you need to be farming. There is a key item. You really need the gravity net neutralizer. Now, another good item, or gravity net generator. The gravity neutralizer actually will allow you to have it levitate and hover in the air. It's not really important for this method of farming. However, it is a good item to have. It's great for if you're actually going to go out and kill enemies. You can also kill enemies to farm gravity crystals, but the method I'm going to be showing you today is just absolutely amazing. So you're going to need a gravity absorber. These actually cost 120 gravity crystals to make, and yet I am still sitting here telling you I like to make these and use these because they're amazing. So once again, I'm going to switch over to my alt and actually do farming, because once your acquisition is done on your main, you might as well switch over to your alt, go get those reward gravity crystals as well. We're actually going to make some gravity absorbers here, and we have pretty much everything else we need. We also want a featherweight, an arrow leap, and then we also want an utter light and a spring leg. So this is actually going to be my first time having all 4 of my whims. So we have featherweight, utter delight, spring legs, and it looks like we need to make some arrow leap. So we're gonna slap some arrow leap together, and then I'll catch you on inversion. It is 3:46 now, so I think we're actually gonna wait till the next one, because once again, you do not want to be using these absorbers. Like, you want to use them right at the beginning of inversion. So I'll see you in just a second. We will be on the alt. I'm gonna get everything I want on the alt. Once again, I want a gravity net generator, and I want the gravity you know, let's see here, where are they again? The gravity absorbers, because these give you so much more movement speed in the air. And then we have our 4 whims. Pretty much all you're gonna need for this type of farming, because this type of farming is actually non-combat. But I will see you when we're on the alt. See you in just a bit. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get right on into this. So the first location we're actually gonna go to that I recommend is the Pipe Island Teleport Tower. There is a Chaos Sea hub nearby here. Now, once again, this guide is just going to tell you how to farm unstable abrasives, so this is applicable to Manibus. You need to listen up. this is how to farm gravity crystals properly. Like I said, you're probably farming them wrong if you are not farming them like this. So as you can see here, we are nearby the Pipe Island teleport tower. There's actually a mountain I like to start by because it starts you behind the bridge, because at the start of the bridge is actually where the abrasives start for this specific run. As you can see, I showed my map earlier. There's a ton of abrasives here in this area. We're going to go to another area with a ton of them. I'm also going to show you an interactive map at the end. But as you can see here, boom, first abrasive right off the bat. We are just behind this bridge here, just by the Pipe Island teleport tower. And then you just keep on sailing through the sky and keep looking for them. You're just going to go all the way up, down this bridge, all the way through the roads, and it just curves all the way around to that rip tanker. Tons of abrasive here, guys. This is one of the best spots for farming abrasives. This is even a low level area spot, but I will tell you that the higher level area abrasives will be giving you more materials and more gravity crystals. So the best thing to do is actually go to the higher level areas. But if you're in phase 1 and you just want a bunch of gravity crystals to try and get your base built out phase 1, this is the video for you. Also, it's a way to get your event maxed out on, you know, the weekly acquisition cap easily. That being said, my cap's already done. I'm actually going to be farming these on alts, as I have been saying. I'm going to be doing this on the alt from now on, so it's not going to have the anti-gravity armor that I am currently using. And with that being said, the anti-gravity armor is a very key role in this. So you mainly need the gravity absorber. We have that activated. It's like a 30% movement speed. We get more stamina from collecting abrasives. It just makes you move really, really fast. And that is what you need to be doing to collect a bunch of these. As you can see, we missed that one up there, and that's another thing I really want to tell you. This is a really important tip here, is do not try to chase one unstable abrasive for too long and spend like 5 or 10 minutes trying to get one single abrasive, because you just can't barely reach it. Go on, you might even end up finding a ring that's going to throw you back to it anyway. That kind of seems to be the thing with some of these, is that like you just barely can't reach them, but then there's a ring right by them. Maybe take that ring. It might take you to more abrasives that have a ring that will throw you back. Aim your camera upward when you go through a ring. It'll actually raise the height of your character from where it's gliding up just a little bit. There's another tip for you. Try and aim your camera upward just a little bit while you're gliding if you're trying to get to an abrasive that you're pretty much eye level with, but you're worried you're going to go too low on. Aim your camera up just a little bit more than how it's actually looking. It'll make your character go up just a tiny bit. And just a nice little pro tip there. Also, if you're trying to do like a spam way of speeding yourself up even more, if you do spam A and D while holding the W key, you can go just a little bit faster when you are gliding, even without using items. But once again, the gravity absorber is why we were able to move so quickly here and get so many of these abrasives. Like I said though, this is like kind of the secret gravity farm of the game right now, because I haven't really heard of many people talking about abrasive farming. I've only mainly heard people talking about doing loot crate farming and where all the loot crates are, and it's like, well, that's great, but the main way to farm gravity crystals and the new mods for this inversion is actually unstable abrasives. You get so many mods out of this. That's the other thing I want to mention, is I literally have opened my inventory to 30 of the gold mods and 40 of the purple mods before, and then I use them instantly, and then a couple inversions later I'm sitting right back at the same spot. 30 and 40 of those two types of chests. Just so many mods out of this, so many gravity crystals. This really is the way you want to be farming your gravity crystals. So the next spot we're actually going to go ahead and go to though is the Fire Throat Rise area. As you can see here, I have it mapped out on screen. There's an elite boss in the middle of the Fire Throat Rise area. I don't even think my weapon was actually repaired or anything. I almost went up here and fought the guys, and I think I remembered, oh yeah, I don't even have a weapon repaired. There are some more abrasives actually hanging out up here. I do believe there's one that's just above this. I was thinking there was one just right there, but I may be wrong. But regardless, there are actually abrasives up here, but I don't really find it worth it to actually trying to get these abrasives unless you're also going for the chest here. You bring yourself some ammo and actually can kill these bosses up here, because the enemies up here will be even more gravity crystals, and there is a loot crate up there if you still are farming formulas. Once again, I want to clarify something here. If you're still after formulas, or if you're wanting to farm the deviations, you still need to be farming the loot crates. The loot crates are the only ways of getting the formulas, so if you want the anti-gravity platforms themselves, you're gonna have to go unlock it by opening loot crates. But through farming unstable abrasives, you can get yourselves a ton of gravity crystals. I've literally gotten 600 in a single inversion before from doing this, and I haven't even unlocked all the farming routes yet. As you can see here, Fire Throat Rise is a great option because when you jump off the cliff here, there's just a ton of unstable abrasives the entire way down the cliff. Boom, another unstable abrasive. Boom, another unstable abrasive. Now, I actually recommend staying on that backside and just keep following it down and following it out all the way to the road. You can actually avoid this point of interest. But if you don't want to avoid this point of interest, directly above the church is a gold abrasive. There's also an abrasive right in the middle of the two circle-looking, I guess they're water containers, whatever they call those, water towers. I think they're called water towers. Regardless, there's two water towers there, and we have unstable abrasive in the middle of it. And then I think there's one like above one of the buildings. There's also another one, and there's also a loot crate nearby here. We are going to go ahead and hit that loot crate as well. Like I said, you can go through this point of interest, but going through the backside of that mountain really did seem like I got more abrasives overall and more gravity crystals out of that run than this one right here. But you really can't go wrong when you're farming these unstable abrasives. Like I said, this is just something I think I needed to point out. This specifically, farm unstable abrasives with gravity absorbers. Yes, it's 120 anti-gravity crystals, but here's the thing. With that, you can actually get one of these for free, one of the gravity absorbers, on all of your alts after you get only 500 crystals farmed up. And when you're farming this method, you can do that in one single inversion. Boom, you got yourselves another free gravity absorber to use for another inversion cycle. You'll be able to get so many gravity crystals farmed up. Whatever anti-gravity base you're building, you should be able to actually get finished soon now with this method. As you can see, boom, another one right over this tower. Right back there's the loot crate. We are going to hit that because that is more stuff. And as you can see here, with this anti-gravity armor, we are just doing an absurd amount of damage because of how long we've been in the air. Everything was stacked out. Besides, you know, we don't even have the low HP right now, so we won't even do our max damage yet still. Absolutely absurd, guys. Like I said, Starfall Inversion really is pretty good, and the fact that it's coming to endless streams in July really has me hyped, and I'm so glad that I've gotten to play the Man Hive version and the Way of Winter version, because it should mean that the unstable abrasives and loot crates possibly could be in the same spot on endless stream anyway. But playing Starfall Inversion is so worth it, and if you're after the gravity crystals, this is your way of doing it. Unstable abrasive farming, guys. Get the name out there, because I literally haven't heard anybody saying this. I have not heard anybody saying, yeah, I go unstable abrasive farming, because look at this, it's just a blast. Just boom, unstable abrasive after unstable abrasive, hundreds and hundreds of gravity crystals. I bet you could get 1,000 farmed up in one run if you just had enough teleport towers unlocked and memorize where some of these are. I think that's the other thing. There's supposedly fixed locations, so if you figure out exactly where these things are and get it memorized, you should be able to run from teleport tower to teleport tower to teleport tower, just hitting unstable abrasives, dipping, going to the next area. It does kind of seem like the stuff in the air is randomized. I'm not sure, maybe the stuff in the air is in the exact same spot every single time, but I really doubt that. But overall, I do believe this is just about the end. I do want to show you something though. This is the interactive map that I use and how I found all of these unstable abrasives, where they were and where the hot spot was for unstable abrasives. And let's go ahead and go check that out right now. Alrighty, so here we are on pretty much the God map. Once again, it's a Chinese interactive map. And we are actually looking at the Man Hive version because I realized I'm not actually covering anything about Man Hive. So once again, this has Man Hive and Way of Winter. All you gotta do is click Filter, Scenario, PvE Man Hive, Evolution's Call, Way of Winter, and when Endless Stream actually goes Starfall Inversion, you can say Endless Stream. Now, I'm curious on if it's gonna automatically show the unstable abrasive on the Endless Stream or not. It doesn't actually appear to be doing so right now, which is actually, you know, helpful, unless maybe they're just gonna be down here. Starfall Crate, it does look like it's showing Starfall Crate, but no data found, so the data's not there yet, so they don't have it. So back to PvE Man Hive. once again, how many of the unstable abrasives are there? There are 562 on Man Hive, so check it out. Look at all the abrasives here. So I did want to go ahead and show you the runs we were actually doing now. So once again, if you're on Man Hive, go check out this interactive map. It's linked down below. I mention this every single time I talk about this type of stuff because I want people to know about this map. There's just so many unstable abrasives on Man Hive, so that's an absolutely insane number. And I haven't even done abrasive farming on Man Hive yet. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We do got an endless stream coming up, and it should still be Starfall Inversion, and that kind of hypes me up. So here we are in Way of Winter. I wanted to show you the Fire God Research one. So if you go to Fire God Research from the Sulfur Pool, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then look at them all right here. So you can do that, or you can start at Fire Throat Fortress. This is a really hot area, so you will have to bring your temperature items and everything else. But 1, 2, 3, 4 of these up here and 2 crates up here if you do want the crates. Once again, I honestly usually skip the top area and just jump straight off the back side of the cliff. While it does only show like 2 here, I've gotten way more than 2 unstable aggregates jumping off the cliff. Now it is accurate when it comes to the church one. The one in the middle of here, there's one above the little tower over here, there's one above this little building here, there's actually one floating in between the lava over here actually, and then there's one right over here. This is the Starfall loot crate, and it's on top of a tower over here. So as you can see here though, this run literally runs all the way down into here, and then you flow down into the Fire Throat base teleport tower. That's kind of the marker to tell you when you're going to get to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 known alone unstable aggregate markers right here. So this is just known. There are actually more here, and I do believe there's kind of like, it's like a random spawn system for them, because I swear I found way more than the number that are marked here on the map when I'm actually going through these different areas. But with that being said, I do believe this is about the end of the video, so go ahead and leave a like on the video if you did find it helpful. This is unstable aggregate farming, and this is really going to be how you are going to want to farm your gravity crystals from now on once you have your formulas and your deviations farmed out. But I am out. See yas. Keep it beast mode.